What is up, guys? It is AJ. Today's video, we are talking about the UFC's latest Russian prospect signing, the Savage Sharaputdin Magomedov. He's 16-0 as a pro. He's a killer inside of the cage and damn near a killer outside of the cage. He got into an altercation recently in Russia where he knocked a dude out and stomped his head. Now, when I originally saw the headline, I went in with the assumption that because he's an MMA fighter, he's gonna bear the majority of the blame when it was probably some asshole starting with him. Not the case exactly. I have the footage here. We're gonna watch it and I'll give you guys my live reaction to it. We'll put it in full screen and let's get it playing here. There's really no audio for this thing. You can't hear anything they're saying. So you can see guy in front of him in the blue kisses his girl. You can see Magomedov in the green behind him. Seems to not like it. Says something to the guy. Kind of gets his attention. I don't know exactly what's being said. Probably somewhere along the lines like, why are you kissing your girl in public? Yada, yada. They still talk a little bit longer. The girl leaves the situation and they face off and shit gets heated. This dude cracks Sharaputdin Magomedov, actually nearly takes him to the floor. This dude looks like he knows how to fight. And then Sharaputdin Magomedov ends up on top, throws a few punches from the ground, and then you see people start breaking it up, but they still scramble a little bit. And there's more punches here in the clinch. Both guys letting shots off. Actually a pretty competitive street fight between both these dudes. But that's it. That's the end of the altercation. You would think. Sharaputdin Magomedov waited for him outside, cracks him with a sucker punch, and stomps his head. Out cold goes the man who I don't think deserved anything of what he got. Just has Sharaputdin Magomedov come up to him and just nearly kill him. Starts some trouble. They get into a street scrap, whatever, move on from it. Instead, Sharaputdin has to make sure he lays the final two blows, nearly kills him with that stomp. Now, Sharaputdin was arrested. Don't believe any felony charges were given to him. Now, they did talk about the situation with him. He said some words. He released a statement about it. Magomedov said this. He said, one has to understand the situation in Dagestan. There are unwritten rules, a kind of moral code of our own. In Moscow, it's acceptable to show public affection, but it is not acceptable in Dagestan. And I could not shut up about this. So he chose to engage with the guy because he's kissing his girl. I don't know anything of the backstory about why this guy was even out with this girl. We got no details. Maybe it was his anniversary. Maybe this is their first date after having a kid. Why are you getting involved in somebody else's life? Now, I get it. Okay, you're saying in Dagestan, public display of affection is very frowned upon. Sure, fine. It's one thing if they're making out. He gave her a little peck on the lips. That's an I love you peck. That's his girl. Why do you feel the need to get involved? And then not only do you get into an altercation with the guy and just move on from it and let cooler heads prevail. It is what it is. They fought it out, done, move on. You wait outside for the guy and you make sure you nearly kill him because he deserves that punishment? Absolutely not. To me, this guy seems like a violent asshole that the UFC has just signed. And I was like, you know what? I want to dig a little deeper on this guy. And I watched this highlight and I was excited to see this guy fight. And I still am. He's a tremendous kickboxer. You can see the skills here. He's in the black trunks. His opponents put it on him with a little pressure. But watch this. After he knocks the opponent out, look at him. Stomp. Stomps right on that stomach. He's one of those guys. He's one of those assholes in the fight game. Cannot stand it, man. Just doesn't bring any respect of the martial art with him. Gets overcome by his natural, I guess, asshole instincts and chooses to be the bully. Hate seeing it. The guy's violent as hell inside and outside of the cage. The UFC signs him. Does he deserve to get signed by the UFC? Yeah, probably. It says 17-0, but I believe he's actually only 16-0. Who knows? There might be more fabricated fights on his record. I know people are digging into it now. By the time he gets in the actual UFC, he might only be 11-0. Either way, I don't like what I've seen from him at all as far as his personal life. Because he kind of tried to justify the way he fucked that guy up. It wasn't clean. It wasn't fair. There was no reason for it. You can say the moral code, this, and that, yada, yada, yada. But are you the perfect person? And now you go out there and judge a man on how to live his life and you're going to violently assault him? He could have killed the guy. 100% that guy could be dead. That stomp after was vicious. That head hit the concrete. There could be some serious lifetime damage. Gets arrested. Probably didn't do any time. Ends up maybe getting let off. Who knows if there's more court dates pending. I couldn't find anything on it. Maybe more details will come. Right now, he's signed to the UFC, managed by Ali Abdelaziz, and I expect him to make a debut sometime in 2023. Scary fighter, yes. Scary person, yes. asshole? Seems to be absolutely. Let me know what you guys think. Do you feel like that guy deserved to get flatlined after kissing his girl in public? Or do you think I'm right? And this guy is a little bit of a, I guess, a Dagestan social justice warrior, which it's just not good. Going out there, come on, man. Now you're getting physical with somebody. Yeah, I get it. The guy punched you first, but there's no reason for you to antagonize that situation and get involved whatsoever. The guy probably felt threatened. Some dude is coming up to me, yelling at me, reprimanding. How are you supposed to live your life? You can't do this. You can't do that. Imagine that happened to you. Especially if you're in, some of these other countries, especially if you're stateside in the US. I couldn't even imagine that. But I guess in Russia, maybe it's more common in Dagestan to do those type of things and criticize people on their own actions and choices, which they are free to make. Unfortunate. Yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Much love. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction video. We'll see how the UFC debut turns out. The dude also has a terrifying eye. Got some serious damage to it early on in his career. We'll see if he keeps that thing through the UFC or if karma's a bitch and maybe ends up losing the other one. Not wishing any bad upon the guy. I just really hope that he would never do something like this again. Much love, guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.